Hello students, today we are going to see regarding HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. So what will be learning from this one? From this we are going to learn um, about the morphology of HIV virus, how they will be, resemble their structure mainly. Then we are going to learn about the pathogenicity of the HIV virus. Then we are going to learn about the signs and symptoms. After signs and symptoms, about laboratory test. Then after that, about the treatment, and last about the prevention of HIV virus. So first, HIV. HIV means human immunodeficiency virus. So H stands for human. This virus can only infect humans. Then I stands for immunodeficiency. This weakens the immune system by destroying important cells that fight infection. Then V stands for virus. A virus can only reproduce itself by taking over a host cell in the body. So by this three method, the name has been concluded HIV. Next, human immunodeficiency virus. HIV is a lentivirus, a member of the retrovirus family. It's a member of retrovirus family that causes AIDS. That causes AIDS. So characterized by a long incubation period. Characterized by a long incubation period. So moving on to the pathogenicity. Once you are coming for the pathogenicity, the lentivirus, that is the retrovirus, can deliver viral RNA into DNA of the host cell. What it does first, it first enter inside. After entering inside, can deliver RNA into DNA of the host cell. Then they have the unique ability among retroviruses of being able to infect non-dividing cells. They are having the capable, without dividing the cells, can able to infect. Without dividing the cell, they can able to infect. So by this way, if you are seeing the retrovirus, RNA convert to DNA, then to RNA polypeptide, RNA DNA, then once again to RNA polypeptide. So easily they can able to, a virus enter a host cell. After that, the virus inserts its DNA into the host DNA. Then after that, the cell makes virus genes and proteins as it reads its own डीएनए. सो ह्यूमन सेल का डीएनए रीड करेगा, उसके बाद अपने डीएनए का प्रोडक्शन शुरू हो जाएगी. Then structure of HIV. It's a spherical with a diameter of 120 nm. It's in a spherical shape with a diameter of 120 nm plus RNA virus. Plus RNA virus. So this virus has an envelope that is called glycoprotein complex. It has an envelope that is called glycoprotein complex. Then it has a protein of host cell. Protein is present. Then envelope glycoprotein. Envelope is present, that is glycoprotein. Then protein of host cells are present. Then it has a lipid membrane. Then it has a matrix protein. Then it has a protease. Then it has a reverse transcriptase. Then it has a integrase. Then there is a TAT and viral RNA genome. TAT and viral RNA genome, which will be covered by the nucleocapsid, where the TAT, viral RNA, the integrase, and the reverse transcriptase, this all together covered by a nucleocapsid. Okay, or we can call it as a capsid. Okay, so the capsid was covering this content. So this is about the structure of the virus. The structure of the virus, especially it has a envelope, outer envelope, that is called glycoprotein complex. Then it has a protein of host cells. Okay, protein of host cells, which will utilize them. Then it has a lipid membrane. Okay, after that lipid membrane, it has a viral RNA genome. Then along with the viral RNA genome, there are some small particle like substance or present, which is called TAT. This all together will be covered by a capsid. Next, cell infections. How the infections will take place? HIV infects vital cells in the human immune system. such as T helper cells. Specifically, CD4 helper cell 4 cell will be affected. Then if it is affected, what will affect it? Then macrophages will be affected and dendritic cells will be affected. So particularly CD4 T helper cells will be affected with the help of T helper cells. The next macrophages, these factors will be affected. So T4 lymphocytes will be affected by this one. Then macrophages also will be affected by this one. So by doing macrophages, nothing will happen for the microorganism. They'll fuse the macrophages. The next, moving on to this, over time, about HIV can destroy so many CD4 cells. That means for a long period of time, that the body cannot fight infections and disease anymore. So by weakening the immune system, what will happen automatically? Automatically that will leads to weaker immune. So that will become high risk for developing more infection of not only this disease, for other microorganism also, which will produce other diseases also. So over this, if you are saying A acquired, I for immuno, D for deficiency, S for syndrome. So where opportunist infections like fungi or bacteria or protozoa or other viruses, 70% of all AIDS patients dies from a rare form of pneumonia. And maximum persons, those who are confirmed that having HIV or AIDS, has been confirmed that they are having respiratory related infections like tuberculosis or other type of infections like pneumonia. So HIV species, if you are coming for species, HIV 1 and 2, the virulence or HIV 1 is high and HIV 2 is lower. The infectivity is in HIV 1 is high and in HIV 2 is lower. Then the prevalence rate are globally present for HIV 1 and the HIV 2 is only present in West Africa. West Africa. So interfered origin commonly from chimpanzee, and for HIV2 it is Sooty Manga B. Sooty Manga B. So these are transferred from the monkeys or chimpanzees. If over that history, if you are taking about HIV 1 and 2, HIV was discovered in 1981 in the USA. A group of homosexual men and injection drug users suddenly started to develop a rare opportunistic infections and cancers that was known to occur in people with a very compromised immune system. Then later they identified by multiple treatment, but nothing was not helpful, was not cured with any type of medication. So over that they had identified the origin where it came from. HIV was believed to have originated in non-human primates, that is monkeys, in Western Central Africa. How come? So HIV started when hunters in Western Africa killed and ate infected chimpanzees. So over that, the route of transmission, if you are taking, mainly it will transfer from human in the form of sexual contact. So sexual contact is used to get contact, where a multiple sexual contact, an individual getting multiple sexual intercourse with multiple sex partners, that will leads to the problem. Like example, blood, semen and vaginal fluids. Then drug users, same needle injected are used by so many members. Then perinatal, mothers to fetus through placenta, 40% possibility are there. Breastfeeding, but still not yet confirmed, but possibility are there. Then blood exposure, then blood transfusion. These are the route of transmission of the disease. Then signs and symptoms. If you are coming for the symptoms, yearly HIV symptoms may suffer between 2 to 6 weeks after being infected. Within 2 to 6 weeks being infected, the individual will produce antibodies may not appear in the blood for 2 to 7 months. Late symptoms, not at all. Individual with HIV develop AIDS. Not all the individual. About half of the infected person will develop AIDS within 10 years after being infected. So over that, if you are seeing the signs and symptoms, fever, headache, fatigue, rash, sore throat, and swollen lymph nodes in the neck. Characteristic features of ulcers in the mouth. Then these symptoms usually disappears within few weeks. So individual may have fever, headache, fatigue, rash, sore throat, and swollen lymph nodes. Fever, headache, fatigue, rash, sore throat, and swollen lymph nodes, and within few weeks these symptoms will disappear. Moving on to the laboratory diagnosis, include tests for immunodeficiency detection as well as specific test for HIV. The first immunological test, total count of CD4 helper cell will be counted and CD8 cells is detected. So here they will be checking about the CD4 cells and CD8, both the ratio has to be detected. At the same time, they will be counting of the platelets and rising level of IgG and IgA, which indicates excess infection is present. Then ELISA test will be done to identify the antigen antibody reactions. Then PCR. Then in order to prove presence of HIV, antibodies are detected. So they will be going for HIV-1 antibodies and HIV-2. In this ELISA and PCR, they will be identifying these antigen antibody reactions, which will lead to identify antibodies of GP41 and GP120 and GP160 and P24 of HIV virus will be present. So GP is nothing but the envelope, the special envelope which is present. That is, the envelope name is called glyco. A special envelope called glycoprotein complex, which is present. Next, moving on to the treatment. For the treatment, there is no cure for HIV, but there are treatments to enable most people with the virus to live a long and healthy life. So over that, if you are coming for, we are using the antiviral therapy like azithromycin, that is genetic term zidovudine. Zidovudine, it's antiviral drug. Then they are using lamivudine, that is epivir, and indinavir, then ritonavir and squaranavir are protease inhibitor used in combination to help slow the progression, and because HIV can quickly adapt and become resistant to one single antiretroviral drugs. So here we have to use combination of the drugs where it can't able to quickly adapt towards the drug reaction. So all these form will be combinationally given frequently. The next, prevention of HIV. Early diagnosis, post exposure to the virus within 72 hours. Within 3 days, anti-HIV medications may stop and prevent the infections. Then the main way to prevent the HIV infection is to avoid the activities that put body at risk. Having safe sex, then avoid sharing needles, like a prevention. If you're coming for avoid multiple partners, use condoms. Then use sterile needles each time for injection. Never share needles with others. Then avoid unnecessary blood transfusion. All pregnant women should be tested for HIV. Then before blood transfusion, the blood matching as well as they has to identify for any infections present in the blood or not. Then use standard work precautions like hand hygiene, personal protective gears or personal protective measures. Then proper disposal of biomedical waste. Then immunization against HIV and um, hepatitis B virus. The next, education to the public regarding the awareness of HIV, how it used to spread, the spread of HIV, and how we can able to prevent. What are the possible preventive measures that has to be strictly followed? And our government already is in process about this. They used to give brand ambassadors, advertisements. Then about each and every hospital, there is a posters were present. At the same time, special units were working on this one to identify the members by screening, and they are tracking the members to trying to control the infections. Okay, so today's topic is HIV virus. So we had completed today's HIV virus topic. So here we had saw what is HIV virus and what is their basic structure, then how is their pathogenicity were present, then from where it came from, the origin, then the lab investigation, then the signs and symptoms and the treatment, as well as the last one is the prevention. Thank you.